In November 2011, the United Nations of the world took the decision to give to the Palestinians, meaning Arabs who live in Israel, permission to have a state, and that state would be called Palestine. 138 nations voted for it, 9 voted against it, and 41 nations abstained from voting. Now, when you read in the Bible the prophet Joel, you read something that will surprise you. When people want to establish a state by the name of Palestine on land that God has promised to Israel, that will invoke God's anger, and he will bring the nations to judgment. It's one of the unfulfilled prophecies in the Bible, and you read it in Joel 3. There you read, "In those days and at that time, the Lord says, when I restore the fortunes of Judah," meaning Israel, "and Jerusalem, I will gather all nations of the world, and bring them down to the Valley of Jehoshaphat." It's a big valley in Israel. "There I will enter into judgment against them." God will bring the nations there and enter into judgment with them. Why? "Concerning my inheritance, my people Israel. For they scattered my people among the nations." The Romans have kicked the Jews out of the land, and for almost 2,000 years they were among the nations of the world. Today they are returning, but because the nations have scattered my people Israel among the nations, I will enter into judgment with them. "And they scattered my people and divided up my land." The land of Israel is God's land. And all these division plans that the politicians make, also in the United Nations, will ultimately invoke the judgment and the anger of God. He will bring the nations to enter into judgment there in Israel. When you read the Bible about the prophecies and things to come, you sometimes wonder, why doesn't the church understand more of this? What is actually happening in the Middle East? How does it come? Where will it lead to? I think the demons know very much what the Bible has to say about the future. They fear God, they fear Jesus, and they know exactly what kind of future is coming. One day, Jesus, for instance, went to the other side of the river Jordan, and there he saw 2 demon-possessed men coming from the tombs. They were living there. And they were so violent that no one could pass that way. "What you want with us, Son of God?" they shouted. "Have you come here to torture us before the appointed time?" So the demons knew that there would be an appointed time that they would be tortured. And that the Son of God, Jesus, had everything to do with that. And of course, they don't like it. You read in the end of the book of Revelation that the devil and his angels, the demons, will be thrown into the lake of fire to be tortured forever and ever. And they don't like that. It will be done by the Son of God, who will come in glory to finish them off. And so now what they try to do is try to prevent God from doing this. They know that Jesus will come to sit on the throne of his father David in Israel. So they say, first of all, let's try to murder all the Jews. And that has happened all over the centuries, and they will try to do it till the very end. Then they said, let's cut the land in pieces. Let's take Gaza, let's take the West Bank, let's cut Jerusalem in two, let's take a part of the northern part of Israel, put these pieces together, call it Palestine, and establish the next Arab Muslim state on land that God has promised to Israel. In doing so, they hope they will prevent Jesus to come. But they will not succeed. Whatever the nations do to divide the land of Israel or to establish a Palestinian state on land that God promised to Israel, they will not succeed. Because Jesus will come. His feet will stand on the Mount of Olives. He will sit on the throne of his father David, who will rule among Jacob, Israel. And then his kingdom will fill the earth forever and ever.